Many people should have heard of the Korean War, but they all have the same question. That is, we were clearly facing the multinational troops of the United Nations. Why is this war not called the Korean War, but the Korean War? That's because this war is also a war of justice for us. In June 1950, after the Korean War broke out, the United States quickly carried out armed intervention and ordered its 7th Navy Fleet to invade the Taiwan Strait. It was a difficult choice to stop the Chinese people from liberating Taiwan and burning the war to the Chinese border. At that time, the new China had just been established. Is it a very difficult choice to send troops to aid North Korea? Chairman Mao once pointed out that if the North Korean issue was ignored, the United States would inevitably do something about it. So it is said that the Korean War was also to protect the country. In October 1950, in accordance with the requirements of the North Korean government, the CPC Central Committee made a decision to protect the country from the Korean War. The Northeastern Border Army was changed to the People's Volunteer Army of China. On October 19, the volunteer soldiers crossed the Yalu River in a hurry to go to the Korean battlefield. The CPC Central Committee decided to send troops in the name of the Volunteer Army, not in the name of the People's Liberation Army, which is a well-thought-out strategy. It shows that this is an action of the Chinese people volunteering to support North Korea. After the Volunteer Army entered the dynasty, it conducted 5 main battles in a row, and the United Nations forces led by the United States rushed back from Yalu River to the vicinity of Sanba County. In the fierce competition, the volunteer soldiers wore single-piece clothes and ambushed in the snow. The iron-red current of life against the enemy fell in a wave, and the second wave crossed the body of the comrade in arms and continued to meet. They used their bodies to shoot in front of the machine guns, only to put the anti-tank grenades into the enemy's tank belt. At that time, the so-called Anglo-British Empire sent an army of about 140,000 people, including elite troops such as the Royal Tank Battalion. However, in the third battle, the British Tank Battalion was almost wiped out by the Volunteer Army. In the same way, Turkey sent more than 5,000 infantry troops, which also suffered heavy casualties in the confrontation with the Volunteer Army. Even the Israeli army in Africa also sent troops, but it was also difficult to resist the Volunteer Army. The most remarkable thing is that Luxembourg, a small European country with only 400 soldiers in the country, also sent 44 people to join the United Nations. As a result, the casualties in the battle were heavy, equivalent to 1/8 of the total number of soldiers destroyed. After 2 years and 9 months of bloody battles, the Chinese People's Volunteer Army and the North Korean military, on July 27, 1953, the United Nations military, which defeated the modernized equipment, signed the North Korean ceasefire agreement. General Clark, the commander-in-chief of the UN military, later wrote in his memoirs, "I got an honor that is not worthy of admiration. That is, I became the first American military commander in history to sign a ceasefire agreement without victory." The victory of this war not only defended the security of the North Korean Democratic People's Republic of China and China, it broke the myth of imperialism that could not be defeated and greatly improved the international status of New China. This is why we call this war the anti-U.S. Civil War.